Hello, everyone, and welcome back to your boy, the SeanDavieWay Show. Please hit that like and subscribe on the way in and tap that bell if you would like to be notified of all of our future content. Today, I bring you a video on NaZiyah Harris's big cousin, Roxy Rocks. Recently, she went on to TikTok Live and did another interview to explain a lot of the discrepancies that has been placed on her name. One of the main things that I think is important that Roxy Rocks cleared up was the conversation that she had during a viral video that went around of her confronting her cousin Shannon Harris, one of the last people to see NaZiyah Harris alive. Before we get into that, let's tap into that video for a quick reminder.
Or you talked to Jimmy about it, I'm sorry. So that was, no, that's not how it went at all. This is when I found out I was pregnant. I took a pregnancy test and I asked her how long I'm pregnant. I said the C2 lines were on his finger. So she should be here. So I'm going for the pregnancy test and everything. This is with Janine. I don't want to be with her.
In the small snippet of the video you just seen, a lot of people stated that Roxy Rocks was speaking to Shannon Harris about a pregnancy that she had and was also alleging that NaZiyah Harris may have been pregnant at the same time as her and or they did a pregnancy test together, or Shannon bought her a pregnancy test, which would have been NaZiyah Harris. Since it's kind of inaudible, it's good that Roxy specified in what the conversation and the context of the conversation was. Let's get into that.
So can I ask you a question? Did Shannon tell you, or did she not say when y'all was having that conversation inside the house that NaZiyah was pregnant, or she gave two pregnancy tests?
She was not talking about NaZiyah. She was talking about herself.
Okay,
who was the other girl?
She was talking about being pregnant with Janiyah, which is her oldest daughter.
She did a pregnancy test for being pregnant with her oldest daughter.
She's done a pregnancy. She's done a pregnancy test or a maternity test on all of her children. It's
at that point, her oldest daughter was like, why? Was she comparing it to her oldest?
We were not talking about NaZiyah at that point. People just wanted to hear what they heard and they took off with it. She said she was pregnant with NaZiyah. She said NaZiyah was pregnant. She said that's not what she said.
Well, I seen in this text, like, it was between you and NaZiyah's brother, and it was like he was taking money from his niece and NaZiyah, like his baby niece.
I've already corrected that. There's a whole lot of nieces. I said I made a mistake and said niece. I've said that. I've corrected.
Roxy stated that the conversation was not about NaZiyah being pregnant or NaZiyah taking a pregnancy test or Shannon buying NaZiyah a pregnancy test. Instead, Roxy said the conversation was about her firstborn child and the conception and the pregnancy test that she took after, and also a paternity test. I like Roxy Rocks, but I'm going to have to state this. I do not believe Roxy. I'm sorry. I don't want to come at her. I don't want her to feel some type of way, but I just don't believe you. Why? Because there is no reason for you and Shannon to be having a conversation about her firstborn daughter. What does that have to do with NaZiyah? This interview of Shannon and her sister was about NaZiyah. The entire conversation from start to end with this surprise interview was about NaZiyah. So why would you corner her in the kitchen and be talking about her firstborn? Her firstborn is not missing. Her firstborn is not proclaimed deceased. Why would y'all be talking about her? Again, I believe that Roxy is protecting Shannon. I think that at the beginning of this whole war with the family, that Roxy was all for trying to get justice for NaZiyah and figuring out where NaZiyah is, since they have dropped the ball, and I believe the entire family, not just Roxy, has dropped the ball when it came to finding NaZiyah, that Roxy is trying to mend fences. I think she does not like the energy that she's getting from her family. I think that her and Shannon did have a certain relationship. I'm not going to say that they were super close, but there are rumors that Shannon was Roxy's favorite cousin. And that is a hard relationship to turn sour. So I think Roxy is just simply trying to protect her relationship with her family and came forward and stated that the conversation had nothing to do with NaZiyah being pregnant and or a pregnancy test being purchased for NaZiyah so that she can save face with her family. That's just simply what I believe. Again, I like Roxy, but I don't believe she's telling the truth about this situation here because, again, there's simply no reason to be talking about any of NaZiyah's other cousins that Shannon has if it's not pertaining to around the time NaZiyah was missing or the time NaZiyah may have been pregnant herself. But let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think that Roxy and Shannon were having a conversation about NaZiyah and NaZiyah's pregnancy? Or do you believe, Roxy, that the conversation had nothing to do with NaZiyah at all? Which, again, what would y'all be talking about if it was not about NaZiyah? That just doesn't make any sense. But I would love to hear your thoughts below. I love you all, and until the next video, bye.